So in this lesson, we're going to talk about how to rebook clients and the approach that Tomas is using here at Samotsoh to rebook clients, which is a very unique and different approach, I would say. So I think you're going to learn a lot from this and get some new insights that you might not be using today. So could you just lead us through like that rebooking process that you're using?
Yeah, we have a telling, it's also on our website, and we tell all the clients that our mission is that they never, ever gonna look ugly. Our mission is to do something today, and then we know for how long it works. If it's 4 weeks or 12 weeks, it doesn't matter. They should never, ever look ugly. It's our responsibility to see to that they always are comfortable in their hair. Okay?
Yeah.
So in that way, it might needed a small touch-up somewhere. There's not so many that's using it, but everybody knows about it. So it's something that everybody gets, but not everybody is using. Men loves it. And men are different from women in many ways.
Yeah.
And if you have a happy guy coming in and they are satisfied with the haircut and everything, you might have that client for life.
Yeah.
A woman that comes in might come in because a friend of hers were very happy about it and talked about it in somewhere, and she comes in and she will bring 20 new clients for you. The touch-up for a woman might be a fringe, it might be a small layered part in the front, and we talk about 5 to 7 minutes, and we book it. So if I know that the layered hairstyle works normally for her, it might work even up to 12 weeks. Then I book her for 12 weeks, and after 6 weeks, it's always in the between. She comes in 10 minutes before next client, and I do the touch-up for 5 to 7 minutes. And I can assure you that every second time that the touch-up comes, they buy a product for $40, and they are here for 7 minutes. And if you calculate what your average hour cost is, that is the best 7 minutes in your business.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So just to make sure we're clear on how this works. So basically, they book an appointment, they pay for their appointment, but as part of that service, for free, they're getting that touch-up, in between to make sure the hair lasts until the next appointment, which might be a little bit further out than maybe if you wouldn't be using a touch-up, right?
Yeah, but if it's needed. Yeah. Not everybody uses it.
No.
But I assure you, everybody knows that that's the way we work.
Yeah.
So many clients, they say, oh, my hair is good, I can come for a touch-up.
Yeah.
So we get new clients that said, oh, you have this touch-up system. Yeah, we have it. We take responsibility for you and your hair.
Yeah.
And it makes so much happening because, first of all, we know when the client comes back. If you leave a client and tell them to call or book on internet, you don't have a client. I mean, they might cut the hair on an airport or somewhere. We think that our clients are so loyal, but they aren't. So they are loyal if they have a booked time, because there's a resistance to rebook it and book it. I mean, of course, they can do it online if they want, rebook the times and rearrange it however they want. But there's always a resistance. Yeah. So it's easy for them to plan the schedule around their booking in 8 to 12 weeks with the work to come to us. And if you're fully booked, they really respect it.
Yeah.
They really respect it.
Yeah.
And the trim is very special because the people that needs to trim to make the hair last so long, it's something that they really, really appreciate. And it takes 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And I earn $40 on it.
Through the product, you mean, or
every second time.
So, but that's a point, good point, because I think like people listening to this might think like, okay, so I'm gonna add a touch-up for free, and the next appointment will be either even further out. You're mentioning that they buy more product when they come in for this free, right? But what other ways is this generating kind of value for your business by taking this approach?
It's one of the value is that by stretching our clients, we can have a bigger client base. And in many ways, it's good because you have many people talking about you. So you get more clients because you have more clients. And during this time that we had now with Corona and everything, we weren't vulnerable at all. I mean, March, April here in Sweden, we had a problem. People didn't know what to do, but quite fast our clients were back.
Yeah.
And we have this, we have a little bit more clients than average hairdressers, which means that we are not that vulnerable.
Yeah.
So we don't see so many bad numbers in our company because of that.
Yeah.
So, and the loyalty thing is really, really impressive how people really appreciate it. I don't say that everybody should do this. I was learn the opposite. But then I was thinking, how would I want to have it if I were a client?
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to have it like this.
Yeah.
So make it how you love it.
Yeah. So you basically like, by taking this approach, you're able to sell more retail. So that's more value because you see them, you know, they're in the salon more frequently. You run less risk because you have a bigger clientele, right? So when something happens and you cannot have clients, like with COVID, for example, you have less risk, right? Because you have a bigger clientele. Having a bigger clientele also has other positive effects because there's more people out there now talking about your business also, right? Which helps market you to new clients. So, you know, is there something else where you see like how this is really, I mean, you obviously, you mentioned also like the loyalty aspect of, because this is an added value, right? You book an appointment and you don't expect necessarily to get a free touch-up, right? Which is like, that's awesome for the client as well, right? So it's an added value, you know, also drives loyalty. So yeah, there's a lot of good things. Is there anything else there? Like why, you know, how this is really, you see, helping your business using this model?
Yeah, I think that one thing that's very, very, very important is honesty.
Yeah.
And if you're a skilled hairdresser today, I mean, we make new techniques all the time in coloring and cutting and so on. So we make hair live longer.
Yeah.
And that's the truth. When I started in the business, every client came every 4th week or 5th week. Today, I don't have any clients more often than 12 weeks.
Yeah.
I have men that comes every 10 week and trim them every 5th week.
Yeah.
And I mean, in many ways, many people think, oh, he's doing a bad business. But it's actually totally the opposite.
Yeah.
The loyalty that we get and the appreciation that we get from the clients is built on honesty and skills.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they can relate to that very, very easily. And I would say that 100% of our clients knows about the touch-up. Not even 20% uses it. But they talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah, which is a good point. So like, but what would you say to someone who's maybe more new, right? Because, I mean, you're well established. You have, you know, a lot of clients, you know, in your clientele, a lot of new clients who want to become clients here as well. But for someone who's more like starting out, maybe they are, you know, they don't have the luxury yet of a, you know, fully booked salon, and maybe they're stressing more about, you know, getting the next booking as fast as possible kind of thing. Like, what would you say to a person like that around like, you know, implementing this approach in their business?
Everybody needs to find their own way.
Yeah.
That's very important. Nothing is wrong. Everything is right if it's right for you. But I started 1994 alone in this. We are 12 shares in here. I started alone. And I had that idea from the beginning. So I started with that idea. And I've been traveling a lot and having lessons for hairdressers all over the world. And I talked about this a lot, and not so many uses it because I think they are busy. They don't understand the value. But put yourself as a client. What value would you like to have? And if it's built on honesty and skills that you can stretch the haircut, there's a lot of value for that client. He would rather come to me than go to you if you did it every 5th week, maybe. And there's a lot of value, and we can also talk about that value, and they can appreciate that value, and they comparing it to their friends that goes more frequently. And then the price is not that, it's not so, it doesn't matter if you're a little bit more expensive because the value is so much.
Yeah.
You cut your hair maybe 1 or 2 less times per year.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the value that you get for that. And for me, it's very important to have the biggest client base per hairdresser as we can. Because I know that element that takes away the risk, and it makes us much more attractive. And it's also more fun for the hairdressers. You don't want to have too small client base and see. You need to have a lot of people because you want to be creative. You want to be doing things with many different people. You don't want to have too small client base. You get bored as a hairdresser. So that's important. For us.
No, and so a lot of great things in there, and certainly a slightly different approach. So like if you haven't tried this, I think this is certainly something to experiment with. And also like even if you're maybe not at the stage where Tomas is now with like full books already, right? This is a tool where you're creating more value, so they in the end talk to their friends about this, because this is a marketing vehicle for you, I know, which in the end could generate even more clients, right? So it's kind of a different way of looking at it, I would say, and it's a little bit more a long-term and strategic approach to driving your rebookings.
But you shouldn't be so afraid of losing anything of something that you don't have.
No.
Okay? So by doing something with something that you have that adds so much more value, will increase your business a lot. And it's built on honesty and skills. Get skilled and be honest. People are not stupid.
No, that's very true. And I think that's great final words for this lesson. And we'll see you in the next one.